Hi, this is Cheryl from Sea Spirit Tarot. Sometimes I accidentally say Sea Spirit Self-Healing, but that's my Facebook page on alternative medicine, alternative life. Anyway, I'm returning here with Anthony's 31 Days of Tarot, and this is a real interesting one for me. Number 13, where would you like to be with your tarot practice in 10 years, in 2030? Well, for starters, I am 68, which I know people are tired of hearing. But, you know, I say that because we are all the rainbow light workers, and we've been holding these spaces for many years. And when I saw people like Guildwife and Jennifer Ball's Witch House that weren't all young, beautiful goddesses on here, I was like amazed. So my guides, well, after 30 years of being an RN, which was basically against my principles and integrity all the way around, and throughout the whole time studying, you know, I'm third level Reiki. I've taken some of Peggy DuBro's energetic works. I've taken many classes. The last 10 years especially have been very painful and very locked in. The last 30 years have been bad choices. So, you know, I'm returning, I'm going to say from 30 years of karma. And my mind is just now starting to loosen so I can talk. I couldn't even articulate, and I still can't very well because of just all this lock-in victimhood and physical and emotional pain that I was in. So I love all things esoteric, metaphysical, quantum. My house is a whole energy space. You know, I have everything's an altar, nothing is a display. And the studies and the books. Sometimes I'm more tuned to go deeper, and sometimes I'm more tuned to go shallow. And I am such a novice here. I feel like just an absolute novice. But I needed to heal and integrate my knowledge to wisdom, because that's what crones do. I am a master. I just need it to step out the open door and become a Merlin, which is actually one of my tribes from way back, called the Mente. So I'm an old crone, I'm an old hag. A friend of mine keeps implying I need to work more with Hecate. And I did watch some of the stuff she sent me. But I also want to encourage old crones to step up. I think I said this, we've been being space holders, energy holders, and now come up. So anyway, my higher self, my guides, I've been pushed since 90 to teach classes, to be, you know, a spiritual midwife, except all that stuff I was pushed to teach in the 90s is now what is mainstream. Well, not mainstream, but mainstream on the spiritual end of it, or spiritual topic. So, I don't know where I'm going. So, where do I want my practice to go? I am here for my self-realization. I am here for my own development. You know, at my age, you're looking at, like I said, I need to reread the Bardo. It's in the stack of my books. You're looking at a whole different, you're looking back with wisdom, but looking forward, you know, what is a goal of when I'm almost 80? I mean, that's really a strange thing. So, I started this YouTube channel. It was very hard. I was doing it down on the table where you couldn't see me. And then I did a lot of verbal responses to Ouroboros, and she got me where I'm up here talking to you face to face, which, as I say, I have to examine who I am. And I am sorry, I meant to start my reading with the Arcturian card that came out today. Arcturian starseeds, Arcturian stars, Arcturian, which the crop circles are. This is Emergence. So I was supposed to start out with, this is my actual emergence. Because I really think that everything that's going on astrologically right now, I got kicked loose some of those values in my South Node that I had accumulated that I wasn't using. And I also think I had a whole lot of karma released. And I am grateful. What more can I say? My Ganesha card that came out was Spiritual Quest. I closed my shades, but there's only in the summer can I have so much light in this house because it is so hot here where I live. And, you know, I am a light worker. I can't shut out the light. So daytime videos are an issue. So I am on my spiritual quest of self-realization. I don't know where I tend to be with my practice. I'm going to let it flow. I am to becoming me, and I'm going to let it flow. So I don't have a book of goals. And I mean, here's some goals I should do. I should get a damn editor and learn how to use it. I haven't even done that. I haven't even been able to conceptualize who I am enough to put the About Me part on, you know, by my banner on my YouTube page. So this is my spiritual quest and my goal my whole life, you know, of self-realization. You know, I'm one of those old hippies that hitchhiked to California, Zen centers and Hindu centers. And I mean, that was in the 70s. But I have been locked in, and I'm releasing a lot of karma and a lot of pain, not only from bad choices with men, which you'll see some of my really problems probably come up when we do the Lover's card, you know, but just throughout life, you know, and healing back what we've been taught, you know, from our mothers, from their ancestral. So I plan on see, last time I did readings at fairs, I just got terrified and ran away. And I did readings at my girlfriend's metaphysical store where I worked. And this would have been in the early 90s. But I was just terrified. So I guess one goal is to step out. I've been inquiring into some of the craft fairs or things here. I live on a touristy island, so there is always all these things going on. What's been hard here is to find a group, a tribe here to be with that has similar desires of me. I do have one friend, but he's real high, like Golden Dawn, and he guides me some if I go on looking for a book, but the books are either way above me or they're all like Llewellyn 101 because that's what the public buys. Anyway, I don't know what's going with that. So I hope to do some readings out in the community for fun and for a small fee. I don't know about if I am really pushing to do this as a business so much, because right now my business is my self-realization, and I'm really enjoying delving deep into the magical area. But some of the things my daughter said, well, Mom, why don't you just make magic wands? So actually over there, you can't see it, I have a whole pile of stuff. I'm looking to make some wands, be they, now I forgot what the word is. I want to say galactic, but fantasy wands, basically, maybe for different seasons. Things like Comic-Con people use, things that I could also sell at fairs. I've always kind of had this desire to just travel and do all the fairs and the trade shows, and not trade shows, but flea market things. When I was younger, not a whole lot younger, say in 40s, you know, we would have swap meets in Montana, and they had everything from used silverware to crystals, and that's kind of the circuit I would like to get on. So wands is something I'm looking at. A precursor to that is my teeth, which is a precursor to my knee, because I can't walk. I can't walk very far. I can walk, but I mean, I can't walk the beach, and I've always been a beach comber in my previous life here where I was raised. I do have a bicycle. I do not have a car. So my wands, I also, and oaks, oak trees are Texas, big, huge oaks, you know, huge, biggest ponderosa pines in diameter. That's going to require some walking. So I'd like to make some fantasy wands, galaxy wands. That's what I was thinking of. Fantasy wands. I'd like to make some regular witch wands or, you know, blessed wands. I don't know where it's going to go. My first steps out of the deep depression, because I would go to work. There were 14, 16-hour days. I only did it once or twice a week. But I hurt so bad I spent the rest of the time lying in bed being a victim because I hurt. So my first venture out was I bought some feng shui. You can see I used cheap. I used cheap wire down here, the 99-cent bin at Walmart. But my first venture out was to make some of these, of which I have in all my windows. I decided long ago I wanted a witchy-looking house, and I have an old bohemian house with colored bottles and things hanging in all the windows. And when I lived in Montana, the magpies would just love to come to my windows. And I have these outside too. This one's kind of beachy. And these, of course, except for the feng shui balls, which I'm using to get an idea what to do, they're all made with recycled. And one that I'm really proud of is this one. And like I said, I live on an island, and Mardi Gras is coming. And this is all made with recycled, old, well, not as old as when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we went to Mardi Gras, and the beads we got were the, like Yugoslavian glass beads. They were beautiful, you know, but now they just throw plastic. These are plastic, but, or whatever. These are, but they're old, they're antiquated. And so this is actually one of my favorite ones. This one I probably could sell quite easily here. Something like this I could do beachy, because this is all recycled sea glass and wood. I don't know. That's on my list. I have lots of stones. I bought a Dremel for wall hangings, be they of shells or like sliced agates. I have a pile of those. Get a ball or two. I don't even know. Oh, that been out of the window here. I don't know. And the topics on my channel, I have lots of experience, and I think that they will range from holistic and quantum healing topics that I study or have studied that I believe in, because I was an herbalist, well on my way and studying with an herbalist. And I mean, I've always been like this before I became an RN. So I have always kept those, and that's why the RN was such a major conflict for me. But I'm a Pisces, and what does Pisces rule? Institutions, hospitals, service to others. So I was a third world nurse. I worked Indian reservations. I'm a psych nurse, specialized. I worked prisons. I worked with the migrant farmers up in California. So I did that. But Pisces is also film and entertainment and art. So now we're moving into this phase here. I've already done two, I think, videos of Make It Yourself essential oil, because I've also taken all the chemistry classes and much with essential oils, but which I use essential oils daily. This is my little pack around bag. And I have an RN background, 30 years. You know, I've got the college chemistry. I've got all of that too. And intuition, and have studied alternative. So my channel may go that way, but I am basically going to just let my channel branch like a tree, be free, and what comes up, because like I said, its main goal is realization of me. So I call it the School of Cheryl. I've been teaching tarot classes because I didn't know the tarot, and they're pretty funky, but I've learned a lot and I can critique myself. Old crones, you know, and I used to have that Arthurian deck that had the hag, the washer, Hecate at the river. I don't know if some people may know what card I am talking about. I think it is death in the Arthurian tarot. But, you know, in our society, old crones are really invisible. And we're not marketed to. We're like, you know, go eat your plastic, Rockefeller, pharmaceuticals, do what the guy in the white coat in the concrete temple tells you to do. And it's really quite a shock, ladies, when you get to this age. And doing this video, I have to look at myself and I have to look at my body and I have to look at, I am what I am and I know what I know. And this is a real major self-acceptance for me. So I hope I can encourage other old crones to come up. We need you. We're the Rainbow Warriors. And I have been through a lot of absolutely horrid experiences in my life, which have all made me who I am. And I just really don't know where my channel is going to go. But I know that I am open, and I'm open to receiving and allowing whatever direction it goes. Every time I get a comment or a like, I'm just like, oh my God, you know. I mean, why? Because for so long it was like, anything I had to say, you know, working in nursing, and I had plenty to say, believe me. I was the patient's best friend and management's nightmare. And now nursing is so corporate. I was so pressured down, and maybe that's how you make a diamond. I don't know. So thank you for taking the time, if you did, to listen to my video on my goals of 2030. Which seem to be, to just be, my beingness, radiate my love, and continue this education that instead of writing everything in a book, I'm putting it out to the universe, the word, as I understand it at this minute in my life. Many blessings. Thank you. If you sat through this, I am appreciative. The answer is love.